Did you know that in 2024, over 40% of adults reported struggling with their mental health at some point during the year? That's nearly half of us. And here's a surprising twist. Many of us learn the most about mental health not when everything is calm, but when we're navigating challenges. For me, 2022 was the year I had to confront my mental health head-on. 2023 was a year of learning about boundaries, resilience, and self-care. But 2024? That was the year I put those lessons into practice. I stepped into a new chapter of life as a life coach, helping others while continuing to grow myself. Now, as we look ahead to 2025, I want to share what worked, what didn't, and the powerful lessons I've carried through this journey. Welcome to Soul Health. If you're new here, this is the place where we dive into all things for your mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. My goal is to help you live a healthier, more balanced life, one step at a time. Today, I want to take you on a reflective journey. I'll share how 2023 became my breakthrough year for understanding mental health, how 2024 challenged me to live those lessons out, and what I've discovered about what truly works. Whether you're navigating stress, anxiety, burnout, or just trying to find balance, my hope is that these insights inspire you as we move into 2025. Mental health isn't just about feeling good. It's about having the tools to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs. In 2022, I learned that lesson the hard way. I faced moments of overwhelm, burnout, and even doubt about my direction. But as I leaned into those challenges, I started to see that mental health is a journey, not a destination. In 2024, those lessons were tested. Becoming a life coach wasn't just about helping others. It was about showing up for myself in a new and deeper way. And as I worked with others, I realized that the strategies I'd learned could make a real difference. Not just for me, but for anyone willing to take that first step toward growth. Now, as we enter 2025, I'm excited to share the practices that have been the most transformative in my life and in the lives of those I've coached. So here's the big question. What does it take to go beyond simply knowing about mental health and actually start living it? How do you walk out those lessons in real life, with all its challenges and unpredictability? Let me take you back to 2022. That was the year I hit a wall. I was juggling too many responsibilities, saying yes to too many things, and constantly putting myself last. Sound familiar? The stress wasn't just in my schedule. It was in my mindset. I thought rest was a luxury, not a necessity. I thought setting boundaries was selfish. And I believed that asking for help meant I wasn't strong enough. By the end of the year, I realized something had to change. That's when I started learning about the power of self-care, the importance of boundaries, and how to build resilience from the inside out. Then came 2024, when life asked me to actually live out what I'd learned. It wasn't always easy, but it was worth it. And through that process, I discovered what really works when it comes to mental health, and what doesn't. Let's talk about the key lessons I carried from 2022 into 2024, and what it looked like to walk them out. Lesson 1, self-care is non-negotiable. I learned that self-care isn't selfish, it's survival. But I had to put that knowledge into practice. There were moments when the to-do list felt endless, and taking time for myself seemed impossible. But here's what I discovered. The times when you feel like you don't have time for self-care are the times you need it most. For me, self-care looked like journaling every morning, taking walks to clear my head, and making space for quiet moments to reflect. Lesson 2, boundaries protect your peace. 2022 taught me the theory of boundaries, but 2024 showed me how hard and rewarding they are to implement. For example, I had to learn to say no to things that didn't align with my priorities, even when it felt uncomfortable. I also set boundaries with my own thoughts, refusing to dwell on things I couldn't control. And the result? More peace, more clarity, and more energy for the things that truly mattered. Lesson 3, gratitude changes your perspective. Gratitude was a game changer for me in 2023. It wasn't about ignoring the hard stuff. It was about choosing to focus on what was still good. Every evening, I'd write down 3 things I was grateful for, no matter how small. Over time, this simple practice shifted my mindset and helped me navigate challenges with a sense of hope. Lesson 4. Growth happens through action. Here's the thing. 2023 was full of aha moments, but 2024 was about action. I realized that knowing isn't enough. You have to do the work. Whether it was sticking to a new habit, seeking support when I needed it, or stepping out of my comfort zone, 2024 was about turning knowledge into growth. But here's the thing. The lessons I learned weren't just for me. As I became a life coach in 2024, I started sharing these practices with others, and the results were incredible. People who felt stuck began to find clarity. Those overwhelmed by stress started to feel more in control. And the biggest realization? Mental health isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about building resilience so you can face them with grace and strength. There was a moment in 2024 when it all clicked for me. I was working with a client who was feeling completely lost, and I realized that the advice I was giving her was exactly what I needed to hear myself. It was this: you're allowed to be a work in progress and a masterpiece at the same time. That perspective shifted everything. It reminded me that growth isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, learning, and trying again. The biggest lesson I'm carrying into 2025 is this: mental health isn't something you fix once and for all. It's something you cultivate every day, with small, consistent actions that add up over time. As 2024 comes to an end, I want to encourage you to reflect on your own journey. What lessons have you learned about your mental health? What habits or practices have helped you the most? And how can you take those lessons into the new year with intention? As we move into 2025, here are some actionable steps to take for your mental health. 1. Daily check-ins. Spend 5 minutes each day asking, how am I feeling? What do I need right now? 2. Set boundaries. Protect your energy by saying no to things that drain you. 3. Practice gratitude. Write down 3 things you're thankful for each day. 4. Seek support. Don't hesitate to reach out to a friend, mentor, coach, or therapist when you need help. 5. Take action. Remember, growth happens when you put what you've learned into practice. Now it's your turn. What's one mental health lesson you learned in 2024? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. And if you're ready to dive deeper into personal growth, check out my video on building a growth mindset. It's the perfect way to kick off the new year with intention. The journey of mental health is one of learning, growing, and showing up for yourself every day. As we head into 2025, let's commit to making our mental health a priority. You deserve peace, joy, and growth. Not just in the big moments, but in the little ones too. See you in the next video, and until then, remember to take care of your soul.